Welcome to NoRedInk, or Teaching Grammar Made Easy. Today we will answer 6 essential questions. 1. How can I teach grammar when I'm not sure of all the rules? 2. How can I differentiate to meet all my students' needs? 3. How can I help my students achieve mastery? 4. How can I make grammar fun? 5. How can I easily track my students' progress? And 6. How can I use my time more efficiently? The answer is NoRedInk. Computer-assisted instruction that is free, easy, and quick. Let's start by signing up for a free account. There is a premium paid version. However, you'll get everything you need to help your students and yourself with the free version. Open your browser. In the search box, type NoRedInk. At the top of your search list, you should see NoRedInk is on a mission to build better writers. Click Sign Up. When you see this screen, you're ready to go. On the next screen, click I'm a teacher. I recommend you sign up with Google. It's much faster. If you have more than one account with Google, you may see a screen that lists all your accounts. Click the Clint.net account. You will find the information about creating an account on page 3 of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers. The first thing you will do is create classes. Find Horizon High School on the list of schools. Next, click Create a Class. I recommend that you add a class for each period you teach. We know our students struggle with revising and editing skills, and NoRedInk helps them master those skills. English language arts teachers can build a lesson using NoRedInk. Other teachers can use NoRedInk as an anchor activity. When you have finished adding classes, select Done for now. You will find a review of this process on page 2 of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers. You are now at your home page or dashboard. You will see your class list where you can assign work, view assignments, or view student data. We'll explore those in a minute. For now, please select Manage Classes on the left side of your screen. On the left side of the screen is a list of the classes you've created. On the Details tab, you will find the class code. Your students will need this to sign up for the class. You will also see a button to edit the class. Here you can change the class name or grade level. The Students tab lists the students who have signed up for the class, tells you the last time that student used the application, gives you the student's username in the event the student did not follow your directions about signing up for the class, and allows you to change the student's username, reset the student's password, and remove the student from class. The easiest way to add students is by creating an assignment in Google Classroom. Make sure you attach the Getting Started Guide for Students. I only give students the page showing how to sign up with Google. I instruct them to use their Clint ISD email and password. Otherwise, they create their own username and password, just as quickly forget it, and create another NoRedInk account the first time you assign a lesson. Make sure you attach the link to NoRedInk. Make sure you include the classroom code. Tell the students the classroom code must be entered exactly as it is written. It will take time for students to sign up for the class because part of signing up is selecting interest areas. Students can choose from a variety of television shows, movies, books, characters, or pop culture celebrities. No Red Ink will use the student's interest to generate practice questions specifically for that student. You will find information for adding students on page 4 of the Getting Started for Teachers guide. Now that you've added classes and added students, it's time to plan a lesson. A lesson cycle consists of 3 parts. Start with a unit diagnostic. This allows you to gauge what your students know and what they need to learn about a topic. It is a pretest used before the unit and can be compared to the growth quiz at the end of the unit to determine exactly how much your students have learned. After the unit diagnostic, you will assign practice. I usually prepare a PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation with Cornell notes to review the topic before the students begin the practice activity. No Red Ink also generates a lesson the students can review as they do the practice activity. In order to master a skill, the student must successfully answer 3 questions in a row. If not, No Red Ink continues to generate questions until the student achieves mastery. The student can ask for a hint or can review the lesson at any time during the practice. This aspect of the application allows for differentiation by providing a self-paced lesson. Students who need more practice get more practice. Students who quickly master the topic can move on to the next topic. The third part of the lesson cycle is the growth quiz. The growth quiz is a summative assessment that provides a quick look at how much the student has learned. This lesson cycle is explained on page 8 of the Quick Start Guide for Teachers. No Red Ink has 5 different types of assignments. Planning diagnostics can be used at the beginning of the year to assess how much your students remember or know about grammar topics. It gives you a good overview for planning your year. We have discussed the unit diagnostics and practice activities. You can always assign additional practice activities to individual students or to entire classes having difficulty with a topic. Quizzes allow you to assess student mastery on a specific set of skills. You can combine different skills from different lessons. Growth quizzes are designed as a summative assessment for a specific lesson. Use a growth quiz as the final step in the lesson cycle. You can find more information about assignment types on page 7 of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers. Now that we know the different types of assignments, how do we actually assign an activity? Remember your home page? You can always access it by clicking Home on the top of the screen. Choose the first class where an activity will be assigned and click Assign Work. I'll show you later how to easily assign the same activity to multiple classes. You will see a screen that gives you 3 assignment choices: diagnostic, practice, and quiz. Select the assignment type by clicking on the icon. We'll choose diagnostic. We have a choice between a planning diagnostic and a unit diagnostic. Notice the screen shows I have selected a unit diagnostic. To select a planning diagnostic, I would click the planning box. Now I select the content by clicking the down arrow on one of the content areas. Let's choose active and passive voice. I can choose all the topics in a part by checking the part box, or I can choose specific topics by checking topic boxes. I recommend checking the part box for consistency in the lessons. I can select a specific number of questions. The application will show the estimated number of minutes needed to complete the unit diagnostic. When I have finished selecting the content for the unit diagnostic, I click Done Selecting. On the next screen, the application reminds me about the assignment type, what topics are chosen, how many questions are included, and the estimated time it will take students to complete the assignment. I can select which classes will get the assignment, or I can assign individual students to get the assignment. I need to select a start date and a start time. Make sure you set the start time. Usually I set it at 9 a.m. as the start time for all assignments. You need to collect a due date and a due time. Again, make sure to set a specific due time or the application will automatically set the time you created the assignment as the due time. I usually set 4:30 p.m. as the due time for all assignments. Give the assignment a specific name. Since the content is active and passive voice and the type of assignment is a diagnostic quiz, I would name the assignment active passive voice or active passive diagnostic. You can also set specific parameters for the assignment, including whether you will allow late submissions, whether you want the application to scramble the questions, and whether you want the application to use different questions for different classes. When you have finished, click the Assign button. You can find more information about creating assignments on page 9 of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers. After you have assigned the activity, you can create a unit, edit an assignment, share the assignment directly to your Google Classroom. The More Actions button allows you to preview the activity, get an answer key, reset a student score, and hide or archive the assignment. You can view a list of individual assignments by clicking Assignments at the top of the screen. You can then see the results of an individual assignment by clicking the graph icon next to the assignment name. You can view all the assignments for a class by clicking Student Data at the top of the screen. This is the student data screen. Practice assignments make good daily grades because students can work until they achieve 100% mastery. The built-in differentiation and practice to mastery is beneficial for the student. The automatic grading is time efficient for the teacher. All you have to do is record the grade. You can find more information about tracking the results on page 10 through 13 of the Getting Started Guide for Teachers. Today we have looked at 6 essential questions. How can I teach grammar when I'm not sure of all the rules? Check. How can I differentiate to meet all my students' needs? Check. How can I help my students achieve mastery? Check. How can I make grammar fun? Check. How can I easily track my students' progress? Check. How can I use my time more efficiently? Check. I've created a NoRedInk Google Classroom with the sample Google Classroom assignment for students to sign up for NoRedInk in the Stream section. In the About section, you will find copies of the one-page Getting Started guide for students with instructions about how to sign up for NoRedInk with Google, and the Getting Started guide for teachers. You will also find a video of this presentation. The classroom code for the NoRedInk Google Classroom is JR5P5I. Last but certainly not least, please visit the NoRedInk Google Classroom and complete the evaluation.